In short, I did prepare. My first pregnancy, I didn't know as much what to expect, and I just tried to get through the days and go to work and be with my husband, and I didn't think about the physical demands that labor is. And so that was a really, really hard labor. And it was fine, and I got through it. But then my next 2 pregnancies, I knew I wanted to do something different. So I set up this whole program for myself of weight training and some cardio and yoga once a week, and it just made all the difference in the world. Well, one, for delivery, labor is work, and prepare for it. It is the most awesome work that you can do, I think, as a woman. 2, for life with a newborn, it's hard, and that's okay. Sometimes hard things are good, and challenges is good, but prepare for that. The stronger and more centered you are going into the end of your pregnancy, the smoother and more enjoyable your postpartum period would be. And then thirdly, be gentle with yourself. These are tough times, and sometimes they don't go exactly as you might have envisioned or planned, and realize that all happens for a reason, and accept what is. Really, the major difference after my first, I just physically felt kind of more bloated, more slower, and it was okay. I mean, I knew that I wasn't supposed to feel right back 100% after having a baby, but my God, flash forward 4 years later after the birth of my third, and we were out apple picking the week after my third was born, and it was just a lovely, wonderful time with my family. So I just had much more energy and joy in life, in particular, the bit for my third. I was surprised at how good it felt to be cared for in the postpartum period, in those immediate first hours. Something that might sound as silly as having toiletries, personal care products that smell nice, that feel nice, that after the hard work of labor and having this amazing new life in your arms, to then turn back and focus on yourself for even a 10-minute shower. I had no idea how good the first shower after labor and having my baby would feel. I think for me, it really came from my doula and my childbirth educator, who taught me that the challenge of labor can be transformative, and that by accepting and meeting that challenge rather than turning away from it in fear, a life can be transformed. And that has really affected me ever since. It was really taking each contraction as it came without thinking ahead to the future or thinking back to the past, but really being fully present in that moment. And the phrase again and again, I can do it. I can do it. And leaning in a very physical way, usually, on my husband was incredibly, incredibly useful And we still have some pictures that our doula took of us laboring together, which are incredibly powerful in our relationship.
That's awesome. Is there anything else that you want to share?
I just encourage women to appreciate the awesome, transformative process that is pregnancy and labor and delivery and life with a baby. It's so easy to get wrapped up in a culture of fear, and I encourage women to use it as a time to empower themselves, to build their strength, to learn how to advocate for themselves and their families. And after going through that process, you can do anything. And that's really stayed with me. There have been times when I've gone into a situation, in particular professionally, where I might have felt intimidated, say being the only woman at the table in a series of negotiations, or doing the Tough Mudder, a pretty hardcore adventure race, and being the only woman on the team. But as the only woman, I knew that I was the only one who'd gone through childbirth, and I knew I'd be okay.
Awesome, thank you. That was so good.